Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearances of the Week. This is Wednesday, December 15th, 2021. We'll be giving you all the first appearances hitting your comic shops today. Now this week we have a pretty good amount of first appearances for you guys. If you watched our previous couple videos, you know that the group of first appearances in each one of those, pretty small. The honorable mentions is rather large. This week is the exact opposite. I think we have 8 first appearances for you guys, and only 3 honorable mentions, so 11 titles on all to go through. Not a whole lot to go through, but some great first appearances in this group this week. So let's go ahead and take a look for the first appearances of the week ending December 17th, 2021. Now first up from IDW, Star Wars High Republic Adventures Annual Number 1. This features the first full appearance of Bell Zettifar, Jedi Padawan, and Ember, his Charhound. We typically always recommend picking up any first appearance of new characters in Star Wars titles. You really don't know what Disney is going to do with any of these characters that they're introducing. They have a lot of small screen, big screen projects in the works. It's probably worth picking this one here up for the cover price. Go ahead and add this one to your collection. Next up from DC Comics, Batgirls Number 1. This features the first full appearance of Seer and the True Identity. Now, Batgirls is not necessarily one of DC's strongest series, but this is part of the Batman universe, so it really all depends on what they do with this new character, Seer, that they're introducing in this particular issue. If they bring it over into any of the Batman titles or Detective Comics titles, this may be more important, but this is one we think you probably put on your B-list for now. We think you have some time on this one. Next up from DC Comics, Future State Gotham Number 8. This features the first appearance of the next Joker, the successor to the original. Now this is one we definitely think you should pick up. This is a Future State title. It's not one of the tentpole titles, the Batman, Superman, or Detective Comics or Action Comics, but this is a big deal. This is the next Joker. This is the successor to the original Joker. Joker is probably one of the most highly collected villains in the DC universe. This is one we do think you should pick up. Next up from DC Comics, Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour Number 4. Now this features the first appearance of Mephitic, a villain made of toxic sludge. Now the Harley Quinn franchise is pretty highly collected. It has its own fan base. We really don't know these new characters introduced in the Harley Quinn title, how important they're going to be going forward. Once again, this is part of the Batman universe, so if they bring these characters over into one of the more tentpole Batman titles, this may be more important. Once again, this is one we think you have some time on. Put this one on your B-list for now. Next up from DC Comics, Wonder Girl Number 6. This features the first cover appearance of Potera. Now, this is the first cover appearance, not the first appearance of this character. The first appearance of new characters typically has a higher premium later on. First cover appearances can sometimes as well. Pick this one up if you like to speculate on the first cover appearances. Otherwise, you could probably put this one on your B-list. Pick up the first appearance of this character instead. Now next up from Marvel Comics, Defenders Number 4. This features the first appearance of the fourth Cosmos and the embodiment of good and evil. This also features the origin of the Marvel Universe. Now this is one we definitely think you should pick up for your collection. We always say pick up any first appearances of new characters in Marvel titles. You know, the Disney Marvel powerhouse is still churning out a ton of projects, both small screen, big screen streaming projects for these Marvel titles and for the Marvel characters. They pop up everywhere. It's probably worth picking this one up for the cover price. And this one also has the origin of the Marvel Universe. There might be something in this one that they actually bring over into other titles or into any of these film or television projects. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Hulk Number 2. This features the first appearance of a second Bruce Banner, referenced in the solicitation for issue number 3. So this one here, probably one you do want to pick up as well. This is the first appearance of a second Bruce Banner. This could be a big deal in the Marvel Universe. Once again, we really don't know how they're going to push this character forward, or the second Bruce Banner, how important he's going to be in future storylines, but it's probably worth picking up for the cover price. Go ahead and add this one to your collection. Finally, from Marvel Comics, Wastelanders Wolverine Number 1. This features the first appearance of Downfall, an enemy of Wolverine with adamantium armor. Once again, first appearance of a new character in a Marvel title. And the Wolverine title does have a very strong fan base. This character, who knows how they're going to bring him across the Marvel Universe. This is probably worth picking up for the cover price as well. Go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. Odin's Number 1 from Bad Idea. A young farm girl is haunted by brutally violent images from Odin, who tasks her with the mission to retrieve the eye that he traded long ago for wisdom. This is one we definitely think you should pick up. We always say pick up any of these Bad Idea titles. They have a limited distribution, limited print runs. That alone is probably worth picking them up for the cover price. But this one here we think can easily be converted to TV or film. And the guys over Bad Idea already have their foot in the door at Hollywood. So this one here we think will probably be picked up, or has a good likelihood of being picked up, for a TV or film project, so go ahead and grab this one for your collection. Next up from Dark Horse Comics, Cloaked #1. A private investigator is hired to find a long-missing vigilante, but in doing so, threatens to expose the myth behind the mask. Once again, this sounds like it can lend itself very well to TV or film. Dark Horse has had a lot of their titles optioned for television or film, so this is one, it's going to be more of a speculative bet if you choose to pick this one up, but this one here sounds like it might be worth specking on, so go ahead and grab this one if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list, take a look at it later. And finally, from Image Comics, King Spawn #5. Now, in this issue, the identity of Disruptor is revealed. Now, any of these new Spawn titles we do think are worth picking up for the cover price. The ones that have first appearance of new characters are identity reveals such as this one. These are probably worth picking up for the cover price, but these are going to be highly collected and they're going to be kept nice. You know, they did a great job of marketing this new Spawn universe, so these are going to be highly collected. You might have to wait a while to see any kind of great appreciation on these, but once again, it's probably worth picking up for the cover price than having to pay more later. So grab this one if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list. We think you have some time on this one. So there you have the 11 titles that we have for you guys this week. 8 first appearances, 3 honorable mentions, some great titles in there to add to your collection. Now please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.